Hi folks, my name is AJ and I'm the pastor at Frankfort United Methodist Church in Frankfort, Ohio. I have been hearing this thing going around for a while. It's very popular, I guess. And I decided to make a short video to explain it, but then I realized it's kind of a Hebrew concept and there are no short explanations of Hebrew concepts. So please bear with me. But most of us have heard the idea that there are 613 laws in the Torah. The law of Moses contains 613 laws. I heard that and I believed it because the person I heard it from, I found them to be trustworthy. The problem is that they had heard it from someone else and they'd never really looked into it. I have a Jewish friend who has explained this very well. He says that there are not 613 laws. When I heard him say that, I went and looked on Jewish websites to try to find a list of the 613 laws. And I found several lists on several different websites, but they all disagreed. Some would count any law given as two laws. For example, the Torah says, remember what Amalek did. Anybody here know who Amalek is? No? Well, you're commanded to remember what Amalek is. Or what Amalek did. But there's another... but these websites that were counting remember what Amalek did were also counting don't forget what Amalek did. There was the positive law to remember and the negative law, don't forget. And I think that was kind of a way of padding their word count. If you've ever done a paper for a college or a high school English teacher with a word count, you know that you can tend to get exceedingly verbose, expounding continuously upon unnecessary but verbious topics, using as many words as you can to meet the content quota. There aren't 613 laws. Where do we get the 613 number then? Hebrew and Greek have an interesting property called gematria. This is not a mystical thing. This property is that gematria simply means that Hebrew and Greek letters also have a numeric value. The Hebrew letter Aleph, the first letter of the Hebrew alphabet, for example, is also used as the letter 1. The Hebrew letter Bet, the second letter of the Hebrew alphabet, is the letter, or is used as the number 2, and so on. And what this does is it gives every Hebrew word a numeric value. You can take the letters in a word, write them out as their corresponding numeric value, and either add or multiply or whatever to get all sorts of interesting concepts. Now, some of these are legitimate. Some of these are really useful. Some of these are not so much, but the Hebrew word for laws is mitzvot, and the gematria of mitzvot is 613. A lot of people will try to use that. A lot of Jewish mystics or Kabbalists will try to use that and say, well, because the mitzvot, or because the gematria of mitzvot is 613, there must be 613 laws. And then they'll bend over backwards and jump through all kind of hoops trying to get 613 laws out of the Torah. And don't do that. The Torah is good. The law of Moses is good. It is the right way to live. But salvation doesn't come through the law of Moses. Paul hammers on this pretty hard in the book of Romans. If you haven't read it, I highly suggest you do. But salvation doesn't come through the law. The law just shows us the right way to live. Salvation comes through the cross of Christ alone. But I just wanted to make this short video, it's about 5 minutes long now, to try to put to rest the idea that there were 613 laws in the Old Testament. My name's AJ. I'm the pastor at Frankfort United Methodist Church. Peace of Christ to you.